There we go. Tiny screen. Okay. Hope everyone has great eyes out in the audience. Okay, so today, let's check time. Today I'm going to be talking about Jokerace, which is a contest primitive that I'm co-founder of. I'm going to do a few things. So one is I'm going to lead you through what it is. Yes. Comment plus. Look at this. The magic of technology. Incredible. So I'm going to lead you through a couple contests to show what this is. Then I'm going to talk about why this is significant for reputation and why we think of this as a reputation primitive. And then if we have a minute or two, I will also create a contest as well to show how simple it is. So really quickly, Jokerace is just contest. Contest means that there's a submission period and a voting period. So a submission period is anybody can submit responses to a prompt who you define. Voting period is anyone can vote on their favorite responses that you define. If you want, you can add rewards onto the end of this too, and then have the winners rewarded as well. So within that kind of context, submission, voting, you can do everything from governance to hackathons to grants to bounties to giveaways to basic marketing campaigns for best tweet. So I'm going to show you a couple. These are the ones that are actually live right now. You're looking at our homepage right now. And so if we take a look at a couple of these, this is Gitcoin is using us right now. And so they're trying to decide who their curators are going to be for their next grants collection. So if you look down, you can see they're in the middle of the voting phase right now. Voting is open, and you can see who the voters are that are currently winning here. Any of these, if I want to open it up, I can see why this would be a particularly good person to vote on as someone I would want to lead the grants collection. So they had the submission period, they let their holders submit. Now they had the voting period, they let them vote. Very simple kind of governance experiment with that one, right? If you want to think about it, let's go back a bit. If you want to think about a bit about like marketing, you can see something like what Superfluid is doing with us right now. So Superfluid did a contest for best Twitter thread. They're giving away $1,000 to the best one. They're currently in the submission phase. So actually anybody right now can go on your phone and you can submit to this if you want to. And you can see here people are submitting different Twitter threads that they wrote about Superfluid. So Superfluid is putting up $1,000 saying write the best Twitter thread about us. People are going out and they're all creating threads. Everyone is probably wondering what this has to do with reputation. I will get there in a second. So you can see here, right? You'll also notice there's a couple bots here. This person wrote in, this is very great. The beauty of this is we actually split fees with contest creators. Contest creators can decide what they want to set for people to submit. And so every time you see a bot, a contest creator actually made money off of them as well. And then if we go back and we look at what was the really big one for us recently, this is Eigenlayer used us to do a contest and they switch it. So the contests we've seen so far, you're letting a lot of people submit and then there's usually like a jury that votes, right? You can think about it almost like a film festival or a hackathon. Tons of people are submitting projects, just a few people are voting on them. With Eigenlayer, they switched the script on this. So they had 8 projects submit to say who wants to be supported as our next liquid staking token. These 8 projects each submitted, and then they went out to their communities and got them to vote. And so there was one vote per ETH of LST of each of these 8 LSTs. They basically turned governance into a team sport doing this, and they got 29% participation rate, 13,000 unique users participated in this contest. It was doing 3% of Mantle's daily volume alone, just by allowing 8 teams to basically compete against each other and gamifying governance a bit as well. Okay. So why am I showing you all of this? Why does this matter for reputation? Well, I think where it gets really interesting with all of these is if you think about voting as a form of attestations. Vote is a way to say, hey, this was valuable to me personally, right, in my community. And so you're actually getting a measure within communities of who their most valuable users are, and who the communities themselves deem to be most valuable. So a lot of projects are actually using us, and they're doing things like, marketing campaigns to say, write the best meme about us or, the best thread about us, but they're actually finding out who their power users are, right? They're seeing, okay, these are the most important people for us. So maybe if we ever want to do an airdrop down the line, we want to give special access, then we know who those are. On the next level, they can then go into those wallets, right? And they can say, okay, these are our power users. Let's see what other DeFi protocols they're using. Like, let's see what their other activity is, right? And then it becomes really meaningful for them to actually be able to track. So, I have a personal theory, which is a lot of the reputation tools of the future will be customer segmentation tools, that they will really be ways for people to be able to analyze wallets, see who their power users are, understand their user behaviors better, and that the really important thing that we need right now is a way for users to be able to opt into that and sell that data and actually be able to monetize that themselves through privacy layers. This can be really powerful, I think, on that level as well. And then if you want to go to the deepest level, you can actually, think this is social graphs. If you see that people tend to vote for the same thing over and over and over again in contest after contest, you're saying, okay, these are two people with very, very shared preferences. So if one of them, really loves Pudgy Penguins NFTs, maybe the other one actually is going to really love Pudgy Penguin NFTs as well, right? If you do a hackathon on this and you see, Vitalik voted for you, you have that attestation that, Vitalik liked your project, no matter where you go, right? All of these things are building out like really, really powerful graphs for people to be able to leverage and use on their own long term. We are not building that, however. We are not building the reputation aggregator because we think of ourselves as only one tool in that entire stack that will be built. That's why I'm excited to talk to everyone here today, because I think everyone here is really building the kind of tools that can then layer on top of us. And then if you even think about it, like because we look like a platform, we're really a protocol because we're on chain. And what that means is anyone can build on top of us. So you can imagine that the result of a vote can trigger an action as well. So if you want to start thinking about building reputation tools on top of us, Hats, for example, built role-based NFTs. Role-based NFTs can be given out when someone wins a contest. So if you have a contest to say, hey, who should be secretary of our organization, you can actually tie it in here to Hats. Whoever wins that automatically gets the role-based NFT that makes them secretary. And anybody can do this, right? They can build on top of us for credentialing, badges, et cetera, can all be given to winners as well. So I think I'm going to hold off on actually creating contests. It takes about 3 minutes, but it seems a little boring for us to do. And since we have about 3-4 minutes, I thought maybe I'll open it up if people have questions. It's helpful for me to talk.